All right, let's get right into it. Wanted to do a quick video on Joey Badass's situation with his new album dropping. It's Lonely at the Top, and he appears to have an issue with his label, Columbia Records, and the album being delayed from dropping on August 1st. Now, the transition that is happening throughout the music business is a good one, even though it's a rocky one, and I'm sure the artists don't appreciate it. Clipse just went through a similar thing. Drake, of course, outside of the Paperwork Poppy lawsuit concerning the battle, has gone through some similar things. There's just the transition of the label actually being something of the past has been a rocky one, especially as far as hip hop is concerned. Now, there's other acts that have gone through this. Taylor Swift, being as big as she is, continues to go through this. Nicki Minaj goes through this, et cetera, et cetera. There's a big long list of top artists having issues with major labels. We're gonna get back to that in a minute. But first, let's take a listen to what Joey had to say. He went live on IG to address the situation. Let's take a listen to that.
So I'm gonna just rip the Band-Aid off for y'all, man. Listen, man, bad news. Got some terrible news. The album is not dropping on Friday. The album is not dropping August 1st, Friday. Yup, I said it. I'm fucking sorry. I am ashamed. I'm fucking disappointed, you know what I'm saying? But I'll tell y'all this, man. Like, I wanted to come on here and take full accountability and responsibility because, like, I'm not gonna ever just leave y'all high and dry, you know what I'm saying? So, being said that, the album not coming August 1st, and it's like, listen, man, like, there's a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes in this music industry that us artists don't never expose to y'all fans, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's just us standing on the stage. Yo, listen, man, my shit got pushed back because the label pushed my shit back. My album is signed, sealed, and delivered over a month ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't cause of no sample clearances, this ain't cause of no features, this ain't cause of no clashing with another artist on the date. Like, this is literally an exhibit A of the label getting in the artist's way. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but all year, I just been moving on rogue time, you know what I'm saying? So I'm signed to Columbia Records, but for the longest time, I just ain't been fucking with them, you know what I'm saying? Because all they do is get in my way. They really don't fucking contribute to nothing, especially this year. Like, you know, I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but all of my releases has been on YouTube. And it's been that way because I ain't got time to wait on nobody, bro. Like, I'm way too fucking independent-minded and self-sufficient to sit around and to wait for people who is like, you know, not getting in line with what the vision is. Like, I refuse to do it. I'm gonna find my own way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just fucking make it happen. It's what I've been doing since I was 17 years old, and I ain't gonna stop doing that for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, like, I've been trying to give my partners the time, you know what I'm saying, and their fair share to do their part, but it's just like time and time again, I'm let down by this fucking music business. I'm let down by this music industry, and it's like, yo, bro, I know y'all might be mad, but trust me, ain't none of y'all more mad than me. Like, y'all don't understand the fucking battles that get fought in these shadows. Like, y'all really don't understand the shit that us artists gotta go through and navigate in this music industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they told me. This is what the label wanted me to do. The label, on August 1st, they wanted me to announce that the project wasn't coming out on August 1st. That's the day that the shit's supposed to come out. I'm like, yo, are y'all niggas smoking meth? Like, clearly they don't give a fuck about y'all. Like, I mean, I'm convinced they don't give a fuck about me. So they damn sure don't give a fuck about y'all. But that's why I had to take it upon myself to come here and let y'all know, mano, straight to y'all face, because it's just like, yo, listen, man, like, this is such a bad representation of just the new energy that I'm on and the energy that I want to be on moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be sharp, bro. I want shit to be clean, you know what I'm saying? And all of that, so.
Okay, so there we have it. Joey, of course, is very frustrated. But here's the thing. Here's what's happening. I think in the long run, this will be a great thing because there isn't really a need for record labels anymore. And this is something that has been happening in the last 10 years with the rise of social media, with the rise of digital streaming. There really isn't a need for labels anymore because the physical copies that are pressed, and it's mostly vinyls, and distributed to the consumer, and artists really can fund that themselves. Now, with the larger artists, with the more popular artists like a Joey Badass, like Kendrick, Drake, etc., J. Cole, etc., just because of their global appeal, of course, you would need help with it, and that's where the distribution deal comes into play. And I think What is changing, and I haven't gotten all the particulars on Joey's deal with Columbia because it was a 2012 deal and it's more like a basic record deal. But what is changing is the deals that, and I think this started with Kendrick's deal once he started the PG Lang imprint in 2020. Now, as you see on the screen, Kendrick Lamar has a global publishing deal with Universal Music Group. Now, that deal is administered by that publishing group and covers all of Lamar's publishing rights. Prior to this, he was with Warner Chappell Music Publishing. He also has a direct licensing agreement with Interscope Records. That's the most important part, which distributes his music through Aftermath Entertainment. His own company, PG Lang, owns his masters and intellectual property. Now we'll move into the particulars to Drake's last deal. I believe that deal ended this year, the one I'm about to speak about now. Drake has a significant record deal with Universal Music Group that encompasses various aspects of his career. The deal, often described as LeBron-sized due to its magnitude, involves recordings, publishing, merchandise, visual media projects, etc. It's a licensing agreement, meaning Drake licenses his music to UMG for a set period of time rather than UMG owning his masters outright. The deal, reportedly worth around $400 million, is through Republic Records, a UMG imprint. Now again, that was Drake's last deal. Reportedly, that deal ran out this year. But again, just like the Kendrick Lamar deal, everybody's leaning towards just having the record companies license their music and they still own it, meaning they can license it again and again and again until they're able to distribute it themselves. That's how I see the vision. I'm not saying that's how they see what they're gonna do with their music, but to me, that would be the smartest thing for artists to do. And now we move into the Clipse deal, which is the most recent and I think the best example of where artists are heading with their music due to record labels just being irrelevant for the most part. Now, with the Clipse deal, we know UMG did not want to, or Def Jam did not want to release, Freudian slip, Def Jam did not want to release the record due to a feature with Kendrick Lamar. That was the rumor. Now, the deal, they took their deal over to Rockefeller. Rockefeller signed a deal with them, and the key terms to that deal is an independent release of the album Let God Sort 'Em Out, which Def Jam did not want to release. It is considered to be independently released. Roc Nation Distribution handles the album's distribution and marketing. Artist ownership, Clipse retain ownership of their masters again, and no censorship. The album was released without censorship, respecting the original content. The thing about licensing is you will have to haggle with the licensor on when and how the product is released. Now, depending on how much leverage you have over them and how the deal is structured as far as the licensing is concerned, depends on how much you have to haggle, but they cannot really stop you from releasing the record. That's why Joey Badass is threatening to release the album on YouTube. If we noticed last year when Drake and Kendrick were releasing their records during the battle and post-battle, you saw a lot of IG drops, you saw YouTube drops, you saw Twitter drops, right? Artists, I think, are realizing that social media is more powerful when it comes to marketing and getting their product to the fans than anything the label could do. Now, having the label simply upload your music to social media when you can do that yourselves and paying them to do so doesn't make any sense, all right? The only thing that labels can provide, like the boutique labels like a TDE or a Dreamville or Griselda, etc., is knowing what art is going to translate, right? And those labels, for the most part, are ran by artists and other artistic people. This is where everything needs to be. The artists need to be in control of the product, okay? You need to get the corporations, the middleman, out of the situation and deal directly with the distribution. That's the streaming platforms, that's the social media platforms, and the manufacturers for the merch and the vinyls and whatever else you want to press up, CDs, etc. That can be done without these big so-called record companies kind of just being in the middle of things for no reason, all right? And that can get everybody out from under the UMG umbrella, because despite me being against the Paperwork Poppy Drake lawsuit about the battle, I believe UMG is very problematic because you have one entity trying to guide what artists can say and can't say and what they can do and can't do and what political alignments they have and what kind of messaging they have. That is unnecessary. It's supposed to be about freedom of expression. That's where we're trying to keep it. That's what hip hop is definitely about. So it's really time for the labels to get out of the way was definitely looking forward to this Joey Badass album. He said he's giving him till Monday to release the album, or he's going to release it on his own. So it appears we're going to be getting it one way or the other. But the important thing for us as fans to do is support the artists when they have these independent deals, support them doing things on their own so that we can keep pushing the art form and the culture into the hands of the people who genuinely consume it, who make it, who create it, who care about it, who love it, and who are going to respect it the most. So that's all I want to say on this subject, man. Hopefully Joey can get the album released with little to no trouble and Columbia gets out of the way and just drops the album as they are supposed to. Let me know what you think about this whole thing in the comments below. Are you excited to hear the album? Were you excited to hear the album? What do you think about record labels and things like that if you're into that kind of thing as far as the music business? Voice your opinion in the comments below. Hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank y'all for watching as always, and we out.